and investment analysis. These core competencies lie in the areas of option trading, business valuation, financial management, security analysis, portfolio management, international financial management, risk management, financial services, merchant banking, management of financial institutions, treasury management, forex management, NSC certifications, FINRA certifications, USA, NISM certification, equity analysis, derivatives, international finance, financial modeling.
Most of you should be from commerce background. Although Gitika has introduced, but then my passion has been interacting with new set of talents, because I somehow believe any professional learning can be only taught by professionals. As a doctor, surgery किसी को सिखाना doctor सिखाता है. It's not that you walk into an operation theater, you open a person and then you swim up, it gets fine, ऐसा नहीं होता. मोची भी सिलता है, और उसकी प्रोफेशन अलग है. तो अगर आप फाइनेंशियल जॉब में हैं तो आपको ideally you only get to learn things for a person who has been practicing this trade. I have been knowing Ajay sir since 10 years now. So off and on I have been visiting to your campus in different roles. The idea was to have this session for a longer duration so that we could have something effective done. But I'm told we can start something, anyway we have to start first. So the idea today would be to give you certain concepts of using certain aspects that you have learned till now in your financial management. Okay? So we'll do an activity of understanding what we should look in a company's financial statement. How do I make an interpretation which company is good? Okay? And if I boil down to a company, then what should I look and can I value it to an extent where I can be sure what is going to be worthwhile? Okay? I was looking to have this session where you have an SSDO system or you carry your laptops or do something, but then maybe in future we can plan something in which we can do certain activities. Okay? So today I want you to note certain aspects. I'll work out a model together. You make your notes, discuss them as and when you find any. Okay? In this particular line में होता है ना कि there are many things that I can use. I'll be using jargons, terminology which is used in the industry. So if there is anything which is coming out to be an alien to you from Mars, जादू कुछ लग रहा हो, so just stop me there. Okay? We can catch up and we can understand. As I said, for me the best way of learning has been through interacting teaching. So I have been into this line since 18 years now. Together with that I am practicing investment manager also. I have my own PMS. I manage clientele. Most of the client of mine is brokers. And although today we can't achieve that, but I assure returns to my clients. Okay, and never I give from my pocket. Stock market is only a gamble if you don't know it. Investment is only a gamble if you don't know it. Otherwise, there are strategies, there are ways, there is analytical approach towards picking stock. Nobody is expert in this market. You're only an expert in this market till the time the market allows you to be an expert. ये कभी approach नहीं करना है कि मैं सब जान गया. But there are ways in which you can approach. That a lot of things can be told. Even if the market is falling, it can go up. Still, there are ways in which you can make regular returns from the market. So I have assured returns structure. Although SEBI doesn't allow it to be given in black and white. SEBI की अपनी restrictions होती है, कुछ norms होते हैं. But मेरे clients को assured return मिलता है मुझसे. और वो आराम से निकलता है. And the return can be so much that you can double the money in a year. Just by being disciplined in trading, just by being knowing what to pick. And with today's activity, although that we follow up, I'll files that we'll do today, I'll share with Gitika and you can then coordinate to have those assessed. You only tend to retain what you are evaluated on, so I'll prefer that there should be some activity in which you get to evaluate certain things. Okay? Because this itself can give you a lot of opening. What we discussed today, I'll take in case of Reliance in the class, but you can do with 10 different companies. Okay? Make up a report, make up your observations on those reports, and then that itself would speak. You should mention. The point is that you should have certain things in your resume to mention. तो resume is a piece of paper. पेपर का अपना कोई वजन होता नहीं है. आप उसमें क्या मेंशन कर रहे हो उसका इम्पोर्टेंस होता है. So what we want throughout your learning, maybe in coming next year with your finance specialization set of students, we can focus something very very precise which is meant for career enhancement. But अभी क्या है कि जो भी आप सीख रहे हो कुछ ना कुछ एप्लीकेशन ओरिएंटेड एस्पेक्ट्स करना है उसका. इतना अच्छा हो कि आप उसको रेज्यूमे मेंशन कर सको. रेज्यूमे मेंशन तभी करोगे जब आप उसमें कॉन्फिडेंस रहोगे. So for me, finance is all about information and knowledge. It's not to do with money anymore. Okay, if you're knowledgeable, if you're informed, you tend to take better decisions. So what I would do, since our interaction today is meant to use financial models with input driven output. तो आप कुछ एक structure बनाएंगे Excel पे, ठीक है? So it's only that you take develop a model with one company, then you have to simply replace it. किसी और कंपनी का डेटा उसमें पंच करना है, क्या डेटा पंच करना है, कहाँ मिलेगा, वो डिस्कस कर सकते हैं. So I'll do certain activities, although we are restricted with time, okay, with one interaction today. So follow up, I'll give some files, I'll tell you some sources from NSA's website, okay, where you can go, you can download certain files. But if you are really serious for learning this subject, then you should do some more further activities. You should do 10 different companies, come up with your observations, make a report on that. If you feel like maybe we can coordinate in which you can still be in touch over mail or something. Because I know in industry, we don't get good people to work with. एक मिथ है, लोग समझते हैं कि जॉब टफ है, मिलना मुश्किल है. प्रॉब्लम क्या होता है, किसी को 50% भी आ रहा होता है जो चाहिए होता है, उसको जॉब आराम से मिलती है. इशू यही होता है कि यू फील आई नो एवरीथिंग and you do blunder with even basics of concept. Nobody wants genius in this market. कोई कंपनी आपको ये नहीं सोचता कि सब कुछ आ रहा होता है. The only thing that you can do right now is to make your effort, be committed towards whatever you are learning, and then have a good attitude. It should be a can-do attitude. Try करते रहना चाहिए. Okay? There's nothing that you cannot do. Maybe you can think that maybe I can do this best, or maybe I can do this if I want to do some practice. Okay, that way it can be always possible. But what we check for in people is the person who is willing to work, willing to work hard, give his commitment. बाकी चीजें अपने आप डिफाइन हो जाती हैं. हमारी इंडियन मेंटालिटी क्या है, साइकोलॉजी क्या है कि nobody here जब भी जॉब मिलता है हम पहले ऑफर करते हैं क्या मिलने वाला है. But I don't know what you all capable of. सैलरी तो एडवांस में कोई देता नहीं है. तो अगर आप में वाकई कैपेबिलिटी होगी तो मुझे सैलरी नेगोशिएट भी क्यों करना स्टार्ट करें. See me working for a month and then we'll discuss across with HR to decide what my package should be. वो तभी होता है जब आपको कॉन्फिडेंस होती है अपनी नॉलेज पे. आपको पता होता है कि एक महीने में परफॉर्म करने वाला हूँ. वो कॉन्फिडेंस केवल नॉलेज से आता है. If you are knowledgeable about the subject, then you get the confidence naturally. And that confidence breeds confidence. अगर आप में कॉन्फिडेंस रहेगा ना तो सामने वाले बंदे को भी दिखता है बंदे को लेना है करके. क्योंकि हमें रोज people approach us. I'm a freelance trainer because I have my own investment setup. I'm a national stock exchange. I'm on the job trainers with brokers. The market live होता है, especially with options, derivatives. I have my own models, own way of making returns, where we can generate 8 to 10% every month without any risk. Hedge position, covered position, strategies, algorithm. Okay. Data and all that stuff, and the system itself will put order, cancel order, take order that way. So I've been doing on the job with NSC, with BSc, with ICSA Securities. I'm a instructor trainer pan India for different programs, different investor awareness issues. Even with colleges, I tend to take a lot of sessions. And you don't have to be in front of the market. अगर आपको knowledge है, ऐसे नहीं आपको टर्मिनल के सामने रहना पड़ता है. You know what to do, you know when to pick, you know what to decide. Since had you been a finance specialization batch, then I would have taken up some more concepts. But idea here is to take up because finance starts with financial management, corporate finance जो बोलते हैं. इससे पहले जो first time आपने पढ़ा है accounts है. Accounts is separate subject for me. It's not finance. Okay? Yeah. If you and nobody wants to come to the campus to pick you as an accountant. किसी को accountant चाहिए होगा तो BCom, MCom ले लेगा या फिर CA ले लेगा. आपको कोई अगर पिक करने आ रहा है MBA फाइनेंस बोल के, they want you to be able to analyze financial statement. So even if you are not from commerce background, तो मैनेजमेंट प्रोग्राम में मिनिमम क्वालिफिकेशन का देखे किसी भी. I have not time to know each other right now, but minimum qualification कोई किसी भी स्ट्रीम से, कोई साइंस से आ रहा है, कोई इंजीनियरिंग से आ रहा है, कोई कॉमर्स से आ रहा है, कोई आर्ट्स से आ रहा है, तो मिनिमम क्वालिफिकेशन 10 से आप 10th स्टैंडर्ड सबने कॉमन पास किया है. उसके बाद से सबका स्ट्रीम बदल गया है, तो वही लेवल चाहिए अभी. एमबीए के लिए अगर आपने 10th प्रॉपर किया है, मैथमेटिकल एबिलिटी आती है, रीजनिंग एबिलिटीज आती है आपको, तो बाकी चीजें आप सीख सकते हैं. आई एम नॉट फ्रॉम कॉमर्स बैकग्राउंड. आई डिड माय ऑनर्स इन मैथमेटिक्स, but I am a consultant and trainer for CA final SFM module with granddaughter. मेरी 104 घंटे की वीडियो है CA स्टूडेंट्स, okay? मेरे वीडियो प्रिपेयर करके CA क्लियर करते हैं. I'm not a CA, not from commerce, but I did my MBA so well and got to know and came across a lot of people who were good instructor. I was lucky to have good faculties around. Plus, I was a student who was always wanting to learn. So I have clients who are CAs, I have clients who are CFA, I have clients who are brokers themselves. So it's only about your interest. किसी को लग रहा है कि मुझे फाइनेंस आगे लेना है नहीं लेना है, although you have this year, this semester to decide. It's not that everybody has to take that, but there is no prerequisite. To be a good analyst in this market, which company would come pick and give you a good salary or package for that purpose. They only need you to be committed, want to know that you have a good attitude towards that, plus you are willing to learn. इसके लिए कोई प्रीरिक्विजिट नहीं है, सबका कॉमन 10th स्टैंडर्ड का लेवल है. अगर आगे जाके आपको अच्छा करना है फाइनेंशियल एनालिसिस में, जो भी सब्जेक्ट इंट्रोड्यूस होगा, तो मे बी इस फर्स्ट ईयर से आपको दो चीज़ ले जानी है. एक स्टैट, बेसिक स्टैटिस्टिक्स जो आपका मॉड्यूल जब भी कवर हुआ है. दूसरा इकोनॉमिक्स, मैक्रो, ISLM कर्व, लॉ ऑफ डिमांड एंड सप्लाई, ये सब की कोई नई एप्लीकेशन होगा. बट मैक्रो इकोनॉमिक्स, इंटरेस्ट रेट, इन्फ्लेशन, बजट, मॉनेटरी पॉलिसी, फिस्कल पॉलिसी, इन कॉन्सेप्ट्स को आपको थॉरो पकड़ के जाना है आगे. स्टार्ट की एप्लीकेशन लेके जानी है और फाइनेंशियल मैनेजमेंट. ये तीन सब्जेक्ट में यू फील दैट आई हैव लर्नड, आई कुड कंट्रोल, then you can find your ways of doing good in your financial learning going further. I'll just build a structure what I want, and then I'll take the company's data, and this file I'll share with Geetika, the one that we work together in the class. You just make a note of them so that we save on time. और आगे जाके आप इसी फाइल पे बाकी कंपनीज के कुछ एक्सरसाइजेस करेंगे, कुछ सबमिशंस करेंगे, कुछ इवैल्यूएशंस करेंगे उस पे, ठीक है. And that if you are able to achieve that much today, then I think we should be okay with our session. Okay? So what we want is, we'll take some. I've developed 2 stages. एक तो क्लास में आज करने वाले हो इंटरिम होगा, फिर NSC के साइट से मुझे कुछ डाउनलोड कर रखा है, एनुअल रिपोर्ट आप मुझे शेयर करूँगा रिलायंस का, ठीक है. So what we'll do, we'll try to have a data. I need to see how it, but I think there are concept paths to probably see it from 10-12 years something. So from 2006 till 2011, I have an Excel data that I have got it from Robo software for this session. What we will project is free cash flow to the firm. So from 2011 trend formation से Excel functions use करके we'll try to estimate 2012's what free cash flow to the firm, FCFF. ठीक है? Free cash flow to the firm क्या है? इस सेक्टर का बिजनेस होगा तो ऐसे नहीं कि किसी में ज्यादा कोई टैक्स रेट एप्लीकेबल होगा या इंटरेस्ट रेट मार्केट का कुछ डिफाइन हो सकता है अगर कंपनी के लिए. इफ अ कंपनी इज गुड, इट इज अप टू EBIT levels. Either they are able to manage efficiency of their operations or their profitability. That way they are having better earning before interest and tax. We know depreciation and amortization non-cash expense. पता है ना? Non-cash expense है, cash has not an expense been incurred, so that has to be added back. So we call it EBITDA, earning before interest, tax, depreciation, amortization. Okay? In which we'll subtract change in capex. Why? Because the very first lesson that we get to learn in the very first class of your accounts in general management first sem was that companies are going concern. सुना था ना? तो whether a man can exist or not, कंपनी हमेशा रहेगा, तो कंपनी का रिस्क ले नहीं सकता. कोई भी बिजनेस को अगर थ्रू आउट सर्वाइव करना है, if a company has to remain forever, then that company cannot afford to take a risk at all. Okay? But company is a virtual different entity. Company एक separate entity है, but then the people who decides for that company is running them. So company or business is never risky. It becomes risky because of bad decision taken by managers. If you as a manager working for a company, you tend to decide something which was not good for the company, because of that you exposed extra risk to the company got bankrupt. Or the company made a bad decision on investment and they suffered a loss. So financial management में या corporate finance में basic concept एक ही है. How can I enhance the value of the company? any decision that tends to enhance the value of a company is a good decision. और कोई क्राइटेरिया होता ही नहीं है. कोई भी डिसीजन जिसकी वजह से कंपनी की वैल्यू बढ़ रही है वो अच्छी डिसीजन. We all know that debt is cheaper cost of capital. पता है? Just let me know if you're not, because had it been third sem students, then I would have probably sure कि ये cover हुआ है आपका. Okay? Debt cheaper cost of capital होता है because the risk is less. Okay? But I don't know how many of you are aware of. Infosys is zero debt. Infosys is a company, उसका अगर annual report डाउनलोड करके चेक करोगे बैलेंस शीट में, उनका debt borrowed capital zero है. All the money that Infosys needed throughout its inception till now in 20-25 years now is all equity and reserves and surplus. ऐसे नहीं कि they will not get loans. Had they taken loans, had they taken debt, cost of capital कम होता, cost of capital कम होता तो discounting rate कम होने की वजह से valuation company की और ज़्यादा होता. Financial leverage, if you understand, that works like a lever for increasing the return on equity. तो ऐसे नहीं कि that manager working for Infosys doesn't know that. No business can take a risk. If my business is risky, I should use risk capital. अगर मेरा business nature ऐसा है जहाँ 80% revenue dollars foreign currencies में है, rupee dollar rate is not in my control. I'm dependent on human skills to develop softwares for me. Okay, no person can be cloned. Tomorrow someone else can make a better application than me. My business can go for a toss. So when you're dependent on factors which is beyond your control, you tend to be a more riskier business. Okay? And if you are a risky business, then use risk capital. Simple logic. If I'm a manager, it's not why I get a money cheap, I should use that. अगर मेरा business risky है, तो मुझे risk capital equity लगानी चाहिए business में.
और इसमें सर इक्विटी में तो हायर रेट होता है ना.
रिस्क ज़्यादा होता है इसलिए हायर नहीं. रिस्क ज़्यादा है तो कॉस्ट ज़्यादा है. कंपनी के लिए कॉस्ट है. रेट आप एज ए इन्वेस्टर सोच रहे हो तो आपका रिटर्न ज़्यादा इक्विटी में मिल सकता है कि आप रिस्क लेने को तैयार हो. बट कंपनी अगर इक्विटी रेस करती है तो कंपनी का कॉस्ट ऑफ इक्विटी ज़्यादा है, रिक्वायर्ड ऑफ रिटर्न इन्वेस्टर्स के ज़्यादा है. कंपनी को उतना रिटर्न ऑफर नहीं करेगा कैपिटल एप्रिसिएशन में या डिविडेंड्स में, तो कल को आप उस कंपनी के शेयर्स नहीं रखोगे. व्हाई डू आई बाय रिलायंस शेयर्स? आई डोंट वांट टू बी अ ओनर विद मुकेश अंबानी. कितना भी शेयर्स में रिलायंस को उठा लो ओपन मार्केट से, आई कांट इवन डिसाइड जामनगर में ये पत्थर यहाँ से उठा के वहाँ रखूँ कि नहीं रखूँ. Even to move a stone from one place to other place in Jamnagar, Mukesh Ambani would tell. ये पत्थर यहाँ से हिलेगा कि नहीं हिलेगा. They have controlling stake. Promoters groups का 60% stake होती है business में almost. तो आप क्या decide कर दोगे? आप AGM में vote भी करते हो against में, तो आप क्या कर लोगे? कुछ नहीं कर सकते. So why do I buy Reliance? 800 का शेयर 1500 हो जाएगा, 1600 हो जाएगा, इसलिए buy करते हो. अगर वो prospects नहीं है तो आप वो नहीं किसी और शेयर्स को बाय करोगे. So equity as an investor is different because of risk being high, people want more returns, and the company then has to give that return, and that's why the cost of capital is high. If cost of capital of a company is high, the discount rate is high, and we know present value. Financial management में present value of all future cash flows tend to be lesser if I discount at a higher rate. तो वही इन्फोसिस कंपनी अगर डेट बोरो करती, कॉस्ट ऑफ कैपिटल अपनी कम करती, तो उनकी वैल्यूएशन जो चल रही है उससे ज़्यादा बेटर होती. तो एज ए इन्वेस्टर मैं अप्रिशिएट करता कि कंपनी डेट क्यों नहीं ले रहा है. डेट लेगा तो कॉस्ट ऑफ कैपिटल कम होगा, कॉस्ट ऑफ कैपिटल कम होगा तो फाइनेंशियल लेवरेज की वजह से रिटर्न ऑन इक्विटी बढ़ेगी. बट बिजनेस को डेट नहीं चाहिए. बिजनेस इस तरह का है जहाँ पे अगर डेट लिया, कॉन्ट्रैक्चुअल कमिटमेंट किया और कल को बिजनेस वोलेटाइल है, फ्लक्चुएट है, ट्रम्प की कोई पॉलिसी की वजह से आपकी बिजनेस इफेक्ट हो जाती है तो आप बैंकरप्ट हो जाओगे. So bottom line in corporate finance is any business that enhances the value, any decision that enhances the value is good. And if I need to raise higher cost of capital, equity, I'll go for that because the business should not be exposed to risk. I should not be raising debt for that purpose. So remember that concept that कोई भी decision अच्छी तब होती है कंपनी के लिए जिससे कंपनी की वैल्यू एनहांस हो. Warren Buffett, I'm a big fan of his. If you see my login pages, although I logged in and then you saw the display, okay, he's always on the desktop. And my daughter says कि पैसा फेंकने वाले अंकल आ गए. For me, he's an institution. जो वॉरेन बफेट को देख के आप सीख पाते हो, जो उन्होंने प्रैक्टिस किया इन्वेस्टमेंट में सीख पाते हो, उससे बेटर और कोई लर्निंग नहीं है। तो जो मैं आपसे शेयर कर रहा हूँ इस नॉट व्हाट वाज टॉट टू मी व्हेन आई वाज अ स्टूडेंट। It's all because of observing and having my own experience and knowing this personality, Warren Buffett. And according to Warren Buffett, the only job of a company should be to take care of shareholders' interest. मतलब कोई अगर मुझे बोलता है ना मुझे स्टॉक पिक करना है तो R&W मेरे लिए सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट रेशियो होता है। रेशियो एनालिसिस किया होगा ना आप लोगों ने, रिटर्न नेटवर्थ शेयरहोल्डर्स फंड, शेयरहोल्डर्स इक्विटी जो बोलते हैं। जो कंपनी R&W अच्छा दे रहा है, रिटर्न अच्छा दे रहा है इन्वेस्टर्स को, वो कंपनी में पहले फिल्टर करता हूँ, उसके बाद बाकी चीजें देखता हूँ। कोई भी कंपनी है जो शेयरहोल्डर का इंटरेस्ट नहीं इंटैक्ट कर रहा है, रिटेन नहीं कर रहा है, एनहांस नहीं कर रहा है, तो कंपनी वैल्यू क्रिएट नहीं कर रही है। और गोइंग कंसर्न वही कंपनी रह सकती है जो ग्रो करती है। ठीक है, एज अ सिंपल चेन और एनालॉजी दैट यू कैन राइट, फॉर अ कंपनी टू बी अ गोइंग कंसर्न इट हैज टू कीप ऑन ग्रोइंग। If a company needs to survive, going concern survival, a person can only survive if he keeps on growing. A company can only survive if it keeps on growing. Okay? What should it grow on? Assets. इसलिए growth in assets, changing capex important है। जो कंपनी लॉन्ग टर्म पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से इन्वेस्टमेंट कर रहा है, नया एसेट्स क्रिएट कर रहा है, कल को उस एसेट को यूज करेगा, रेवेन्यू जनरेट करेगा, उस कंपनी में ग्रोथ प्रॉस्पेक्ट्स बेटर होती है। Why we human being die? परम ज्ञान जो होता है, ब्रह्म ज्ञान, गाया वो जाएगा, वो इसी वजह से कि हम ग्रोथ हमारी बंद हो जाती है। कल को अगर साइंस को जैसा इन्वेंशन करे कि हमारी ग्रोथ कभी बंद ना हो तो हम भी नहीं मरेंगे। यू सी मेनी पीपल हु सर्वाइव फॉर लॉन्गर रेंज, few of them don't survive. If you go and see their psychology or see their style or observe them closely in your known near dear family and friends circle में, the people who tend to live for longer would be the one who keep on growing, not from physical point of view, because human beings have a limitation beyond certain days they don't grow, but कुछ ना कुछ कर रहे होते हो लाइफ में, मेंटली ग्रो कर रहे हैं, एक्टिविटी ग्रो कर रहे हैं, स्किल वाइज ग्रो कर रहे हैं, इन्वॉल्वमेंट रहता है, तो वो सर्वाइव करते रहते हैं। जहाँ पे आपकी ग्रोथ रुक गई आप मर जाओगे। कंपनी का भी सेम कंसेप्ट है, अगर आपने ग्रोथ नहीं किया आप सर्वाइव नहीं कर सकते। ग्रोथ कब करोगे? जब आप वैल्यू क्रिएट कर रहे होगे, वैल्यू एनहांस कर रहे होगे। तो सर्वाइवल इट्स you can do that. I can only create value. For value creation I have to keep on growing, and I can only grow if I want to survive. So if you want to survive you have to grow. Okay, with growth you tend to create value. Okay, so very important to check whether the company's assets are growing or not. जिस कंपनी का लास्ट ईयर बैलेंस शीट से नेक्स्ट ईयर बैलेंस शीट में अगर एसेट ग्रोथ नहीं है तो आपको एक बड़ा क्वेश्चन मार्क लगाना चाहिए, उसको आपको ऑब्जर्व करना चाहिए, उसमें इन्वेस्टमेंट नहीं बनता। इन्वेस्टमेंट पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से assets are resource that a business is going to use in future activity, not what the company owns on balance sheet. तो हम नॉर्मली ना assets are resource owned by the company. Most important to be used by it. अगर आपके पास asset बढ़ नहीं रहा है, enhance नहीं हो रहा है, increase नहीं हो रहा है, तो मेरे कल को मुझे यूज करने की पॉसिबिलिटी कम हो रही है, रिसोर्स यूज करने की पॉसिबिलिटी कम हो रही है। अगर रिसोर्स आने वाले टाइम में यूज करने की पॉसिबिलिटी कम होगी तो ग्रोथ कम होगा, ग्रोथ कम होगा तो वैल्यू एनहांसमेंट कम होगा। So first thing that you should look for when a company's annual report is in front of you. ठीक है, आप सीधा देखो किस पेज पे बैलेंस शीट है, बैलेंस शीट पे जाओ, देखो लास्ट ईयर एसेट कितना था, अब एसेट कितना है टोटल, फिक्स एसेट, नॉट द करंट एसेट, वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट फिक्स एसेट हियर। Fixed asset, if you see it's having a trend of growing, if you see it's able to enhance, make some more value, then there's a prospect that this asset that they're adding would be utilized, and because of that they would keep on growing. So that's why change in capex is a subtraction, because that normally is a use of capital. Since आप कुछ money use कर रहे हो, कुछ assets create कर रहे हो, last balance sheet में 100 था 120 हो रहा है, तो 20 में subtract करते हो कि आप cash को use करने वाले हो, आपके पास फ्री कैश फ्लो नहीं है फिर। ठीक, सिमिलरली इफ देयर इज अ चेंज इन नेट वर्किंग कैपिटल दैट हैज टू बी सब्सट्रैक्टेड। नेट वर्किंग कैपिटल इज ग्रॉस कैपिटल इज करंट एसेट्स, नेट वर्किंग कैपिटल इज करंट एसेट माइनस करंट लायबिलिटी। सिंस बोथ दिस स्टेटमेंट्स आर टेकन फ्रॉम बैलेंस शीट, सो आई विल ओनली टेक चेंज, लास्ट ईयर दिस ईयर कितना चेंज हो रहा है। ठीक है, एंड देन Very important indication is amount of tax paid. You only tend to pay more if you earn more. Tax paid would be a simple statement because you take it from income statement. Okay? Although the best resource on valuation is Damodran. आपके लाइब्रेरी में बुक्स होगी आप चेक कर सकते हो. Okay? It is one of the best resource across the world. Although Ashok Damodran being an Indian origin, but he is NYU Stern's professor, York University. वैल्यूएशन में उससे बेस्ट रिसोर्स वर्ल्ड में नहीं है. अगर आपको कंपनी वैल्यूएशन मास्टर करना है, किसी भी तरह का वैल्यूएशन मास्टर करना है एज अ फाइनेंस स्टूडेंट, okay, then you should make an effort to read this book. Okay? So there are many ways in which we can modify the cash flows, but currently being a first interaction, okay, I'm trying to make it very simple, and we'll see even this simple approach will give you results. Okay? So what we are looking for is this. Past trends जो भी companies के रहे हैं, I'll form an Excel function, regression analysis, trend function, to forecast what is going to be in 2012. What should I look to know what is the free cash flows? Okay. So first step is this. So you can write as a step 1 towards valuing. What we are trying to do, financial modeling for company valuation. Okay. Financial modeling for company valuation. Since you are in a stage where you are going to decide next year finance लोगे, marketing लोगे, क्या लोगे, so just be with me. If you feel there's something you're not able to understand, just stop me there. Let me just try and make a layout of the model. So I'm trying to take some inputs. They would be for some particulars for different years. What we are trying to, and I'll rename this sheet as RIL, Reliance Industries Limited, FCFF, free cash flow to the firm. So what you should do, you should copy this, or when you get this file, anywhere if you're getting stuck up with understanding the concept, catch up with your faculty, or if there's a possibility, then maybe we can have some channel or email or something to which you could address your queries. But आपको इस तरह कुछ 10 companies identify करने हैं. Download data, annual reports from NSE's website. Okay, take for different companies, make 10 companies valuation at least. Okay, but then since the input-driven models, you simply copy, okay, and then replace the data. Don't cut. Cut में formulation भी पीछे cut हो जाएगा. Okay, so you replace the values of different companies and you get the output defined. बार-बार हमेशा आपको model बनाने की जरूरत नहीं पड़ेगी. अब केवल आप इसको communicate अगर कर पाते हो, तो इस semester तक का learning आपका डन है. First, second semester, इतना अगर आप कर सकते हो, then there is an application of everything. You are able to see annual reports, you are able to use cost of capital, able to do valuations, make a judgment this company is overpriced, underpriced, make a report recommending कि buy करो, sell करो. Okay? And we'll see. The idea to come in between was just to check. Okay? 9, 10, 11 के बाद से annual reports NSE की website पे मिलता है. उसका 8-9 reports मिलता है. So I have downloaded from Provost something again back, just check. अगर मैं उस साल पे वहाँ time में होता 2011 में, and if I would have said this company should be bought or sold, at the price reacted accordingly or not, and then we'll update it for 17 to check again on 17. तो जब March end हो रहा है, annual reports April में आएगा, 20th April के आसपास major companies के annual reports आने लग जाते हैं. May end तक तो सारे companies के आ जाएंगे जो भी listed है. तो आपको ये activity करनी चाहिए. अपडेट करके 10-15 कंपनीज का रिपोर्ट निकाल के, and then mention on resume that I have learned skills, so I have developed a model of valuing a company. Okay. Put that model snapshot, describe the model, how you have approached developing it. Okay. 10 cases of companies to show that this was bought by because of underpriced and price went up. This was sold by because of overpriced, the price fell down. Okay. That should do as a report in your resume, and that is what is expected. Then you should be trying at least. So I am trying to define some inputs, some particulars. What I want in particular was profit before interest, tax, depreciation, amortization. We know that it's available in income statements. So what I have done, I have downloaded RIL's certain reports from Provost software, which is Center for Monitoring Indian Economy. आपके campus में पता नहीं कोई database है कि नहीं है, but there are some sources through which you can have whatever information you want regarding your company. So I'm going to open these files. Only take that relevant information that will save on time. नहीं तो फिर आपको पता है एनुअल रिपोर्ट में पीबीटी होगा आपके पास, पीबीटी में फाइनेंस कॉस्ट ऐड करोगे, ये पीबीआईटी हो गया, फिर डेप्रिसिएशन अमोर्टाइजेशन ऐड बैक करोगे, प्रॉफिट बिफोर इंटरेस्ट एंड डेप्रिसिएशन अमोर्टाइजेशन हो गया। तो आपको वो थोड़ा सा डेटा क्रंचिंग करना पड़ेगा उसमें। So this is I just wanted to see how many years which years. This is RIS Reliance Industries 2006 से 11 तक का. Since this database is a center for monitoring Indian economy, they have a structured way. So यहाँ पे since we use them for and we subscribe it. Although I have been using this for a very long time, so I get a lot of rebate discounts, but still it cost me 1.7 lakhs per annum. जब तक उस डेटा का आपका वैल्यू रियलाइजेशन नहीं होता तो मतलब नहीं बनता, बट जब आप जॉब पे रहोगे, जिस कंपनी के लिए भी काम करोगे, अगर इक्विटी वैल्यूएशन कर रहे हो तो कोई ना कोई डेटाबेस उनके पास होगा, ऐसा नहीं कि आप लुक फॉर डेटा. So here we have that straight away given as a profit before interest, tax, depreciation, amortization. Otherwise, as I said, you get PAT, you get PBT. I'll show you an annual report format. Okay, you have to then do some data crunching as a student. Free resource, you can check whether they are updated or whatever, because money control है और भी sources हैं. But remember that computer is just an application. If you do garbage in, then garbage would be out. Okay? अगर आपने डेटा का जेन्युइनिटी चेक नहीं किया, ऑथेंटिसिटी चेक नहीं की, उसकी एक्यूरेसी चेक नहीं किया, तो आपका वैल्यूएशन भी गड़बड़ आएगा. एक्सेल तो एक फंक्शन है, आप इनपुट डालोगे आउटपुट बता देगा. Better is always take it from the horse's mouth. Take the company's annual report. Or take data which is claiming that it's all genuine, authenticated, for which they are giving you some assurance. And that is only when you pay for it. Resources, you can't be sure on this. Okay? So I am copying this here and taking it to my worksheet that we have made. And pasting it. Okay? Yeah. So we have got cost of equity, we have got cost of debt. We can find weight of debt, weight of equity, which is simple proportion. We already have total borrowings known. We want net worth, another entry. Okay. Let us copy that. Net worth का मिलेगा liability statement में. As we said, we have total borrowings here. You can see what is the total net worth, which is nothing but capital plus reserve surplus. So what is the net worth of last year? Copy that here. Okay. So I can find weight of debt. Weight of net worth कितना होता है ना? Net worth divided by net worth plus debt. Simple proportion जैसा होता है. Total capital में इसका proportion कितना है? Leave that in numbers. Okay. Since we have another capital as debt, so I can do 1 minus this, or else I will do again equal to debt, okay, divided by debt plus net worth. So it's almost 31% is debt. In the entire capital, 69% is shareholders' equity. So I could find weighted average cost of capital, which is nothing but cost of net worth into weight of net worth, okay, plus cost of debt into weight of debt. In percentage, 16.08%. Okay. So we got WACC, cost of capital, and this is what you are actually calculating. When you do it for different companies, you'll come to know which company is more efficient in raising capital. That itself can be a report that you can make. Similar factor, 10 companies find cost of capital and then make an observation which company is able to raise cheaper cost. Okay? So we got this forecasted enterprise value. I got a discounting rate, so I can find present value. So the last step, okay, please note the structure so that I could then conclude it. Okay, and then this file I shared, I'll also share 2017. I'll show you that file of 2017 so that we can see that even in last year the price has moved similarly. Your job should be for this file to update for 2018. So what we want is, we have enterprise value, we want to discount it present value of enterprise value add over WACC. Okay. So when you get this present value of enterprise value, I would add cash in there. Balance sheet पे cash है वो भी आपका value है. Okay. I would add investments that the company has made. Marketable investments. कंपनी ने किसी कंपनी का शेयर्स खरीद रखा है, कुछ म्यूचुअल फंड्स यूनिट ले रखा है, वो सब कंपनी की वैल्यूएशन है. बेच के वो पैसा आ सकता है कंपनी के पास. ठीक है. And whenever you value a company, and that's why we say all the value of the company is for the equity provider. When we say EPS, total profit divided by number of shares. Somebody says इसमें तुमने capital debt भी use किया हुआ है. I consider repaying all the debt. कोई भी कंपनी की वैल्यू तब होती है जब जो भी बोरोइंग्स है, किसी और का पैसा है, सब वापस करना है. Okay? So that is what we say is firm's value or business value. Okay? Divide this with number of shares. Okay? What you get is value per share. जैसे आपको वैल्यू पर शेयर मिल गया, आप इसको कंपेयर करो करंट मार्केट प्राइस से. अगर ये अंडर प्राइस है, वैल्यू ज्यादा बन रहा है, मार्केट में सस्ता चल रहा है तो खरीद दो. अगर ये ओवर प्राइस है, मार्केट प्राइस ज्यादा है, वैल्यूएशन कम बन रही है तो आप बेचो. मार्केट वुड ऑलवेज रिएक्ट टू दिस वैल्यूएशन. दिस इज आवर लास्ट स्टेप. दिस नोटिस आई कैन स्क्रब इट एंड विल कंक्लूड विद दिस. I'll share this file so that you can then have a reference. So I'm taking up to this cell, I'm taking individual entries of 2011. So whenever you do it for current company, you'll take historical data, replace them, insert columns if need be, if you have more years. And then for 2017 or latest information जो भी available है, उसका आप inputs यहाँ लेंगे. Okay? Output we have already defined it, giving reference to cells that will be automatically generated. Okay? So what I want from here is first thing that we wanted was, if you can allow, then I'll probably want to use some more space, so I'm just reducing the font size. So, trying to take this here. I want to find present value of enterprise value, okay? Which we said is discounting. So, this is equal to enterprise value divided by 1 plus r to the power t. Present value क्या होता है? Cash flows divided by 1 plus r. Okay. So here r is WACC. So 1 plus weighted average cost of capital to the power t is 1 year. Okay. So I can just enter this. This is your present value of cash flows. Now what I want is business value. Okay. And I want value per share. This is two things that I want to find. I want to find value per share. Okay. For which I need to find value of cash. I want to find value of investment. That हमारे पास ये already है. ठीक है. So cash कहाँ मिलेगा? Assets में मिलेगा. Investment भी assets में मिलेगा. So open your asset statement. Okay. Look for current asset cash and bank balance. Last year कितना है? Copy that. Okay, put it here. Similarly, look for investments in assets. Generally, since this is data that serve for the purpose of using it for what we are discussing in the class, तो यहाँ पे सारे investments club करके दिए हुए हैं. तो आपकी annual reports में ये short term, long term investment होगा, दोनों add करना है. Long term investments अलग मिलेगा, short term current assets में investments मिलेगा, दोनों आपको add करना है. So what we're trying to say, even if the company has invested in some other equity shares, some preference shares, some mutual funds, some debt instruments, all these are marketable. So what is it worth for them today? Okay, so I want to take these investments, total, short term, long term both, and that should give me the business value. Okay. So my business value will be present value on which I am adding cash, investments and subtracting all debt. Remember, that's why whenever I value a firm, it's about equity owner only. उस कंपनी ने अगर कुछ borrowed capital या कुछ और form of capital use किया है, सब repay करता है. Okay? So when I do that, I get business value. Value per share is what we want. Again, let me put a different color code and okay. So last step was business value divided by number of shares, but remember number of shares is in units. Okay. So either I divide this by 7 zeros or I multiply this by 7 zeros, but we have to adjust one. So let me just try and do for numerator. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so denominator is in units now. So what I get is units. 718 रुपए 20 पैसे का भाव बनता है. क्या बाजार में कितने में चल रहा है? 870. क्या करोगे आप? सेल करोगे. ओवर प्राइस है ये. सेल करोगे. तो आपको ये मॉडल इस तरह से बनाना है. ठीक? अगर चेक करने के लिए अगेन आई हैव जस्ट wanted to go online to show you, but I have downloaded this data for 2011 to 12 closing prices of Reliance. First quarter and results आते आते मार्च जून होता है. तो मई जून then you get all annual reports available online. Audited reports 60 days. It's what normally takes for all companies to come up with. Okay? So if you see this is from 1st of July. Okay? कुछ 870 का भाव इस टाइम में चल रहा था. उस दिन का भाव था जिस दिन का हमने डाउनलोड कर रखा था. बट सपोजिंगली अगर मैं इसका डेट के साथ में क्लोजिंग प्राइस प्लॉट करता हूँ, इट्स नॉट आयरोनिकल. ओके, लेट मी जस्ट इंसर्ट अ चार्ट. आप देखना भाव गिरा होगा और नेक्स्ट क्वार्टर तक ही गिरता है. यहाँ पे जब इफ ऐसी यहाँ पे है ना, ये लेवल है. अगर आप यहाँ चेक करोगे प्राइस 870 के आसपास चल रहा था. ठीक है, नेक्स्ट क्वार्टर रिजल्ट सितंबर एंड में होगा. आप देखो कहाँ गिरा है. ये प्राइस इट्स नॉट आयरोनिकल ना. वी गॉट 718 एज प्राइस एंड द लोएस्ट इन दिस एंटायर टाइम वाज 790. डेट वाज 25th of August. तो आप 870 रुपए बेच के 150 रुपए नीचे काट दिया. यू आर मिडिल प्रॉफिट. The idea was to do multiple such cases so that you get that conviction. What I would do, एक फाइल आप जो क्लास में आज किया वो शेयर करूंगा. ठीक है, या इसी में मैं अपडेट करके आपको 2017 तक का दे दूंगा. What you get is one file would be this 2000 that in the class करके आपको एक फाइल मिलेगा. Just for your reference, so you can catch up with your notes and understand what was supposed to be done. One file you will get to be for 2017 जब 1300 का भाव था 17 मार्च में और वैल्यूएशन कुछ 1700 आ रहा था. प्राइस उसके बाद गया, बोनस आ गया, स्प्लिट हो गया, तो प्राइस नीचे आ गया. But you'll see both the time market will behave like that. Your job is to check with 10 different companies. Every time you'll see it. So very conservative. That's learning is never a rocket science. अगर सर्जरी टफ होता तो कोई डॉक्टर भगवान नहीं होता. पर जब मैं अपने पेशेंट को लेके जाता हूँ तो मेरे लिए भगवान है. मुझसे ये नहीं पता कि मुझे ऑपरेशन सिखाओ कि नहीं सिखाएगा. क्लास में भी प्रोफेशनल लर्निंग में है हम. ठीक है, इसलिए शेयर कर रहे हैं. नहीं तो my name is Ramakar Chhar. All Chhars are Upasaka of Ma Shakti. Our ancestors were Purohit. Pandit, Purohit in Shakti is different form of mandirs and all. My great grandfathers were same. My father became an engineer, so I also changed my line. तो मैं भी कहीं पंडिताई कर रहा होता. So we all believe in that kind of methodology. But कभी भी आप हिंदू methodology में चेक करोगे ना, so you'll never see Lakshmi and Saraswati together. That's what I'm trying to say. पैसा कमाने के और भी तरीके हैं. But you want to make money by acquiring knowledge. Saraswati. You want to acquire money by having knowledge. Saraswati. Okay? That is only possible if you see any frame where Saraswati and Lakshmi are together. Ganesha is also there. Very important lesson for you is to understand. You have to behave like Ganesha. Ganesha is a person who has a very small mouth, a very big ear. So listen, acquire data, take all inputs, to speak less. आप सीखो ये सब लोग किसी को सिखाना नहीं है कि वैल्यूएशन ऐसे करना है. To know the value of the firm or share to decide whether to buy or sell. When I have shared 2017 updated data, you will see if I have buy बना था last year March में. Price went till September. To the bonus scale, valuation was achieved. Since हम valuation achieve होगा ना, मैं एक्सेल में देखा था कि यहाँ पर sell कर रहे हैं 718 पे, the price has fallen there. Price has fallen to that level. Similarly, when in any company you say that buy, you will see the price got gone to that level. It's only for you to observe. Verily, finance has become a learning up to a stage where you can be taught to be like a god a day before. आज जो बोलूँगा होगा मार्केट में, इसलिए मार्केट में रिस्क नहीं. ये नहीं सीखा है इसलिए लगता है कि बाजार सकता है. मार्केट परसेप्शन से लगा. Even all these years, my mom still believes स्टॉक मार्केट में लगता है तो लोग बिगड़ गया. फुल टाइम जॉब करता है, किसी इंस्टीट्यूशन में डायरेक्टर बनता है, कुछ बनता है, अपना इन्वेस्टमेंट मैनेज कर रहा है, लोग इन्वेस्टमेंट मैनेज कर रहा है, स्टॉक मार्केट सकता है ऐसा वैसा. रिटर्न सप्लाई मंथली, वो साइकोलॉजी में भी चेंज नहीं है. यहाँ पे आपको पता नहीं क्या एक्सपेक्ट करना है तो आप रिस्क ले लो, किसी और के पैसे पे रिस्क नहीं ले सकते. बिजनेस रिस्क नहीं लेता ना, उसे इन्वेस्टमेंट में अगर आपने लॉस किया तो आप इन्वेस्टमेंट